Number 2, when anxiousness has taken over your relationship, affecting your relationship. Harboring negative emotions such as jealousy or distrust. We've all been jealous. We've all been distrusting moments. How can we not? We're human. But if it controls us, if we instigate it, manipulate it, basically make it the ultimate always solution or the outcome of everything, then man, that creates a lot of anxiety. Always thinking distrustful, always thinking negative. My clients always tell me when I talk to them, they're like, I love the optimism, coach. I love every time we get on the phone with you. You're full of enthusiasm, full of optimism. Are you always like that? And I'm like, no. No chance. But what I have done is I've practiced being like that to a point where I get better at it. And it becomes a skill, an emotional muscle, a mental strength to understand that regardless what comes across my life, relationship, personal health, or whatever, I will get through it because I will find the positive outcome of it compared to the negative situation. Being negative is easy, obvious. Captain Obvious over here, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Obvious. Let's overcome that and let's figure out the solution. When you have more of an optimistic approach, then you don't feel so much of distrust in the situation. You understand it all starts with you, the fear of being alone, validating your anxiety. I love this study that I learned so much about this anxious attachment. It's securing your insecurity. You're insecure about distrust. You're insecure about, being negative. So when you finally find it for any reason, even if it's not true, you validate your insecurity. You find security within your insecurity. How crazy is that? Secure my insecurity. Even if it makes me less of a person, makes me wrong, makes me unhappy, but I'm right. Secure my insecurity. I've seen a lot of situations my clients put themselves through that. They might feel like they win with that situation, but actually they lose. Number 3, dating with anxious attachment. Has it affected your relationship? Well, number 3 is highly sensitive to others and their emotions. I mean, you're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking. That doesn't sound too bad. I'm empathetic, I'm compassionate, but the key word is highly sensitive to a point where you're putting their feelings above yours, their respect before yours. The most common thing I've seen in all the women I've coached, not just with anxious attachment, is they basically are afraid to say no, fearing they might lose the wrong guy. And I always tell them, when you saying no to them is saying yes to you. Yes to your goals, yes to your standards, yes to your values, yes to your intentions in this relationship. And if he doesn't understand, respect your boundaries, your standards, he's the wrong guy, ladies. Don't fear of losing that. So when you're highly sensitive to others and their emotions, that's great if they've shown that they're worth it. But usually the anxious attachment style in the beginning stages is overcompensated. Because if you're highly sensitive to what he is, that means you feel like you're always there for him. You're always caring. You're always listening. And you lose yourself and you don't ask for anything back. But then again, you have all this anxiety, this big void of, what about me?